Hello and welcome to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
We're playing
Stardew Valley. Alright, we're going back to the toilet farm with...
Giggleturd.
Giggleturd.
Oh, who named that guy?
You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been, yeah. I told you, but just like everyone else, I bought this the day before we started the first episode. Mm-hmm. And I've just been playing it so much.
Don't get burned out.
No, I mean, this is something that's up my alley. I like the whole resource farming thing. I also learned a couple interesting little tricks. So, auto run is pretty much, there's no downside to running, and it just makes both the D-pad and the joystick run, which is really nice. Okay. On top of that, I need to move you outside because I don't spend nearly enough time inside for you to stay here. So I'm going to put you... Oh, we got the backpack. That's awesome, actually. Okay. There's the crafting. Sorry. Love the music. All right. So we're going to dump a couple things in here. Being the pole, which we'll do later, the scythe is for cleaning up, hoe, because I'm not doing anything else right now, you and you, okay, so we need to water our plants. Whenever
when I was a kid, my dad always like, why don't you play the games with the farms? You make things. All you do is blow stuff up.
If only he knew now.
If only he knew.
Okay, so the ultimate goal is to leave the grass until we get a silo going, because the grass, when you cut it up with a scythe, it makes hay. And we need hay, especially when it comes to winter.
Gotta make hay?
Yeah, you need hay to get...
food for your animals?
For your animals.
For your feed?
Yeah. Not to mention the grass like that. If it's out, chickens will go and graze, and you never actually have to feed them.
Ah, so you learned things. We don't even have chickens or cows, but we know.
No, but yeah, you can. I mean, I kind of had a feeling that we were gonna get the access to aminals. Aminals at some point. So I think what we should do is we should get I don't know how much it costs to make a silo or a chicken coop, but we should definitely get a price check on that.
Oh yeah, and she had the upgrade available for the kitchen, right?
Yes, the kitchen is a big, huge upgrade.
Yeah, she sent us a message in the mail. Robin.
Yeah.
Who likes to say Giggleturd.
Giggleturd. You remember all the voices you gave him?
I remember that one.
Giggleturd. But yeah, you can chop down any tree. You can also use any tree as if it was on your own farm.
Okay.
Because they grow back. I don't ever actually have to plant them, and they just grow back eventually.
Okay. So when you planted those one seeds, it was kind of...
It's a little pointless, yes.
Okay.
You kind of want to get fruit trees and plant them in your farm.
That makes sense. We used to have fruit trees at my old house.
Peach and apple?
Peach, apple, and apricot.
Apricot, that was the last one.
And our peach tree was okay, and our apricot tree did all right, but we had we had this one apple tree. It was kind of like I don't know. I guess it was like an apple that works well and doesn't climate.
Yeah.
And we would get like 50 apples off it, good sized, juicy apples.
I'm gonna move my phone for now.
Good stuff.
And then foraging.
And then we sold the house, and the people who bought it let it die.
Yeah.
And that was sad.
Didn't they rip it out?
Eventually. Now they have like trees in the back, like fruit trees. Like I noticed. I don't know if the same people own it anymore.
I don't think so either, because with that being like in my old neck of the woods, I see it more often. It's just like, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's the people that wanted to turn it into a church.
Yeah, our house got bought and was turned into a church or a getaway for a church or something.
Okay, so it's
for a hot second.
10:40 in the morning. Let's go see how much. I want to get a coop.
A coupe?
A coop I want to get first. So 300 wood, 100 stones, and then 4,000
G's.
Okay, So we need. I need to keep chopping wood.
All right.
And then
Seashells were worth a lot of money, right?
yeah, and so I guess most foraging stuff respawns after 3 days ish.
Okay.
So flowers like this. So I also learned that you do want to keep at least one of everything up to a certain point, because I think on our last episode, yeah, the community got opened up. And what this does, this one confused the hell out of me for a while. So what it is these little guys are running around, and it's like, oh, there's this little mysterious thing, and we'll actually have something tomorrow, and I'll explain more about it. But yeah, there's like little guys those little weird bulb-looking things are like living inside the community center, trying to rebuild it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because I guess there's 2 paths you can take via the game. Actually, hold on, I need to see if I've talked to any of these guys yet. Who am I missing? Oh, need to talk to you.
And this is
Sam. Hey, farmer.
Sam.
That's it.
Hey there, Giggleturd.
Giggleturd. I'm surprised we got to talk to Sebastian. Sebastian's one of the harder ones to talk to because he's like massive introvert.
Oh, okay.
He locks himself in his room, and unless you have 2 hearts with a character, you can't go in their room.
Yeah, because we couldn't get into Abigail's room.
Abigail's, which, yeah.
Not that we were trying, but we just. Oh, okay.
I also need to make a somewhat friendship with some of like the neighboring or some of the normal villagers, because I've noticed that there's and that's Clint the blacksmith.
Oh.
Apparently, when you talk to him on this side, it's the shop. But you go on the other side, it's actually talking to them. But yeah, some of the villagers will have like interactions at some point. I've only encountered really majorly one interaction that I couldn't do. Like I had to go get an item because after a while, so you'll get letters in the mail like, "Can you help me with blah 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 blah?" And it was in one of the characters' rooms that I couldn't get to because I didn't have friendship with them.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
so friendships are important.
Friendships are very important.
You have to be part of society.
Okay, so let's go see if we can meet Leah. Actually, let's go to the bar first, since it's open right now. And we're gonna buy us a salad.
Delicious salad.
Delicious salad. Darude salad. Okay, so I wanted to, before this session, I wanted Tote to watch the last week's episode of Orville. What?
Go ahead.
But yeah, last week's episode of Orville, because there was an interesting story plot that like I thought might be pretty fun with this. Spoilers, big spoiler for those that watch it
and haven't watched this episode yet for some reason.
Yeah, for you who haven't watched it. So there's like Derulio, the guy who's like, yeah, he big huge plot point at the first episode.
Messed up the marriage,
and his species goes through heat and releases a pheromone that causes everyone that he comes into contact with to go nutso and and do the same thing. I'm like, I wanted to ask him like, how do you think the world would react if we were like that? Like the women or the men in the human race.
I think if it was the human race, it'd be more safe if it was the men who released the hormone.
It probably would be, yes.
Just because of our size difference and things. But
yeah.
If our world was like that, I don't know. It'd be interesting. We'd be a totally different species. Yeah. I mean, if it was, it's kind of implied in the show that it's once a year.
Yes.
So I don't know. That's really interesting. So one of the things people talk about, like panda bears.
Yes.
And how we waste money with panda porn to get them to try to have sex with each other so they can reproduce, right? There's a big joke that pandas don't want to reproduce. Well, it's not that they don't. It's they have a very small window.
Yes.
And if they're not,
they have a small ovulation.
Yeah, and it's a once a year type thing. If she's not ready and he is, it won't work. She'll just run away. If she's ready and he's not in the mood, then he'll just chase her away. And so it's difficult. And then in captivity, doubles the difficulty. Mm. And so that's kind of that thing with like domestication of animals. One of the things you had to have is, they had to be fecund.
Fecund.
They have to want to be willing and to be able to do it at any time.
Yeah.
So the reason why chickens, dogs, stuff like that is they can have multiple litters throughout the year. They can just keep having babies, and it's and they also have a short gestation period.
Okay.
And human beings, to a degree, are that way. It's year round. It's once a month a female can have a child.
Yeah.
Or she can be impregnated. So, I mean, it's about once a month. I'm not even sure exactly what it is. I'm not even an expert on that.
Yeah, ovulation is still a huge mystery to me. I mean, I get
I'm not a female. I don't know
the basics of it.
But yeah, so it's that idea. And so if it was once a year, we would be a totally different species.
Yeah.
Females, I think, would be in much more females. Is the way I'm saying that, but the female sex would probably be much more protected because it's a yearly thing.
Yeah.
But
imagine it too. Going back to the panda thing. Imagine if we did have it, and
every child would be more precious.
Well, not so much that, but if
we might not have.
If we had it and in the show used it to,
steal some crops.
No, this is actually a very common thing in spring. You come up here and you get spring onions. The only way to get spring onions.
Oh, you can't grow them?
Can't grow them. But, yeah, imagine if we can, if we had that pheromone.
Yeah.
Use it to save endangered animals by, it's their time. Oh,
because, he can just release it in anybody, right?
Yeah, and then it's it's their time, and then it's you give that to...
Well, yeah, they use the computer to synthesize it so that it works with different species.
Yeah. Well, they up the strength of it so they can put it in the sweat glands and
all that stuff.
Don't want to spoil too much.
But yeah, that idea, that'd be kind of cool. But then it's also kind of scary.
Yes, very scary.
I mean, you get some creeper.
Dang it! She just went back inside.
Oh, is that her house?
Yeah, that's where she lives, and there's the farmer lady where we get crops or not crops, but livestock.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I know you were pointing out the time, and I wanted to end the episodes at the end of each day.
Okay.
Because the days can be very short or they can be very long, depending on how
7 p.m. right?
Depending on how long, and we can go till 2 a.m. if we really want to work through the night. 2 a.m. we'll pass out from exhaustion.
So there's an auto pass out time.
Yeah. And I can't believe I made myself exhausted. Ugh.
You did have food though, right?
So now, when I go to bed, I will wake up with.
So our farm connected to that other area?
Yeah, the farm's connected to a lot of different places.
Oh, that's cool. I thought we had to go back to the town. I thought it's very Harvest Moon where you had to go back to the town to get anywhere.
So I'm gonna put the regular spring onions in there. I'm gonna put one of those. One of you, because we need at least one of everything for later. And then sell those off. And did I put a daffodil in there? I did not. No, I'm gonna put the pine cone in there. All right. And then we're gonna watch TV because that's the other thing I learned. The TVs give
the weather report.
The weather report. Forecast tomorrow, clear and sunny all day.
It's
fortune teller.
Sunny 106.5.
Oh my goodness.
Weather.
Sorry. It's gonna be luck will not be on our side, so we should not gather things. Probably go fishing tomorrow. And then this gives general tips. Fences are useful for keeping weeds at bay, protecting your crops. Yeah. All right.
Got it.
Let's go to sleep.
Yay. And on that note,
we'll end this episode.
All right. So, like, comment, subscribe.
Come visit us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit.
And support us on Patreon if you wish to.
As always,
I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
See you next time.
Boop.
Hey, did you like that video? Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another. Click the box on the left for a playlist. Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle. Come find us on social media. There are links in the description below. Don't be afraid to leave us a comment. Thanks for watching. I'm Tote. Bye.